Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Kosolovo from New City Chiropractic Center in sunny New City, and we're here with our next installment of Weekend Warm-Ups with Dr. Mike. A review in the past 4 weeks. We've done lower back, legs, upper back, neck, and today we're going to be doing an area of the body which is usually overlooked when we stretch, but it's also very, very important, and that's arms, forearms, and wrists. Why is that so important? Well, many people are sitting at a desk all day doing computer work or sitting in front of a computer screen, and so they're using their hands and their arms in this position all day long. And what that causes is a lot of tightness into the forearm muscles, into the shoulder muscles, which can radiate pain up into the neck. Also, there's a condition called carpal tunnel syndrome, which is very frequently diagnosed these days, and it causes numbness and tingling into the fingers and into the wrists. And very often, if you go to the orthopedist, they'll say that that's a surgical intervention. You need surgery for that situation. When very often, some very simple physical therapy, chiropractic treatment, and stretches on a regular basis can affect the wrists and the hands, and that can get rid of a lot of the numbness and tingling into the hands. So I'm going to show you some very simple stretches to do, not just on the weekend again, but these are things that you should be doing on a daily basis, especially when you're at your computer screens, at your desks at work, to help minimize tightness. Now next week, we're going to be off next week for Black Friday, so you can go out and do some shopping and also sleep in after your heavy meal on Thanksgiving. But the week after that, we're going to be doing some ergonomic things. We're going to be talking about things you can do at your desk on a regular basis to keep yourself stretching and healthy. So that we'll save for 2 weeks from this Friday. But what we're going to do today is those stretches. So we're going to concentrate today on 3 main areas, which is shoulder, arms, and then wrists. So for your shoulders, what you want to do is the shoulder is a very complicated joint, and so it can move in many different ranges of motion. So the best way to stretch a shoulder is to do what's called shoulder ranges of motion or shoulder shrugs. So what you're going to do is lean over your desk or over a chair and just let your arm hang very, very gently and let it make pendulum ranges of motion circles. So you're going to do pendulum circles in a clockwise position for about a minute and then in a counterclockwise position for about a minute. Now, the most important thing when you're doing these is not to be stiff. This is not the way to do it. So we tell patients just to make like your arm is a pendulum, nice and relaxed, nice and loose. And then, just to let momentum take the arm in a circular range of motion, clockwise and then counterclockwise. Another way to do that is to just do a shoulder shrug. So you can do shoulder rolls, clockwise and then counterclockwise. Or just shoulder shrugs, tensing up your neck and then relaxing. And if you do that, if you tense your neck for a couple seconds, scrunch it up and then relax, you're just going to feel all that tension releasing from your shoulders. So that's very good to do. Now, for the front of your arms, what we call the anterior section, what you're going to do is you're going to be grabbing your wrist. And as you're pulling back, you're going to feel a stretching sensation in your arm and in your forearm and in your wrist. And you keep your elbow locked and hold that for 2 to 3 seconds. And then you're going to go turn your hand over and do the same thing, pulling your hand in the opposite direction, and you're going to feel a stretch into the top part of the forearm and into the wrist. And that's really important to start loosening up those carpal tunnel muscles that we were talking about. Another good stretch to do is for the back of your arm, what's called the tricep. And that, what you can do is you can put your hand behind your back so that your fingers are pointing down your spine. Take your opposite hand and put it on your elbow, and as you push down, you're going to feel a stretching sensation right into the back of the arm. And that's a really good way to release tension from the upper arm area. And then the last way you can do a stretch for your bicep here is to come against the wall with your hand open and just stretch out this way. And there you're going to feel a stretch into your chest, but also when your elbow is locked into the bicep and into your forearm also. So if you can do these stretches maybe for 5 minutes every couple hours, maybe at your coffee break, at your lunch, and then at your break before you go home, that's going to reduce a lot of the tension that you're feeling into your shoulders or into your arms, which is also going to help your posture, help to keep your neck straight, and help to keep your neck and upper back areas relaxed. All right? So those are your stretches to work on this week. Remember, if you have questions about any of these, or if you have questions that you'd like answered on one of our upcoming Facebook Lives, feel free to call us at our office at 845-634-8877, or you can check our website at www.newcitychiropractic.com. Again, next Friday we will be here. We will be here the following Friday to talk about what you can do at home to keep your spine healthy while you're sitting. In the meantime, have a very happy and a blessed Thanksgiving. Hope you all have an enjoyable day with your family and your friends. And remember, chiropractic is just for the health of it.